Hey, welcome. It's Lumpy with Fool's Paradise Fishing, and it's the Springer Salmon Fishing Edition, Part 2. So remember earlier we went down to the lower Columbia by where the Willamette comes in, fishing under the I-5 and Railroad Bridge and all the way down to the confluence. But now that area is closed and everything's moved up to the mid-Columbia where it's open in an area between Bonneville Dam and the Dalles Dam. And those two places are the Wind River and Drano Lake. If you do any fishing in the Northwest, you've probably seen or heard about Drano Lake. And I really don't like going there. And in fact, I've never been there just because there's so many people. But we'll give it a try, not tomorrow, but the day after. We're filming the night prior, or I'm filming the night prior. And so we'll head on out tomorrow morning, go to the Wind River first, and then Drano Lake. I'll put some information up about getting in and out of the Wind River. Drano Lake is straightforward. And then I'll put the Fish Washington information about it. Wind River is actually into the Columbia, but not in the mainstream. And Drano Lake is, of course, in a lake that was formed by them building a railroad access and a road, and that's how they got the lake. Otherwise, it used to be open to the Columbia. So we have a couple of rigs set up. One of them is this Pro Troll fish scale, or you can use the classic Pro Troll. I've seen them fishing with that. And then we got a 3.5 spinner. Everything's green. And they kind of got this set up where you put the shrimp there and catch it with the treble hook. And remember, no barbs. And we'll go from there. The other one that I see a lot of people catching on is the short bust flasher. And then they're using the same kind of hook setup, but they got these Yakima bait cut plugs. This is the smallest one in green, a little bit of red. I've seen them use the chartreuse one, but green on one side and shiny fish scale on the other. I should probably take the eye off because it's supposed to represent the top and the bottom, and the eye probably throws them off. And then, of course, I got the standard triangle flash from Yakima Bait with a cut plug herring rig because that's how I've caught all my fish, Springer salmon. It's always been on the traditional thing. Don't know. That's the one that works. And I've even caught a steelhead on the main Columbia a couple years ago using that setup. So it's the one that catches. But we'll give these a try, and we'll let you know how it works. So let's get excited. We're heading down to the Wind River and Drano Lake, and the next time I talk, we'll let you know how it works. All right, let's go fishing. All right, we're back. Whew, that was a workout. Um, the windy app did not correctly forecast the wind, so it was really nice when we got there and got out there. We're a little bit late, didn't get out there as soon as I wanted to, and of course that's when we saw all the catching occurring. But there's about 50 boats out there and probably only 10% caught, and that's kind of the story of spring salmon fishing. And got a good video of a guy catching, and as you can see, he kind of reeled it in, saw the boat, took off, and that's how it works. And then, as you saw, as the film progressed, it got rougher and rougher, and we're like, okay, we're done. And then we headed in, and then we kind of saw the where the guides pick up and drop off people under the bridge. That was kind of interesting. There's a spot for bank fishing, although I didn't see any. And although I might go down there. You may see something about that because it's like I'm going to try bank fishing from there. And because unlike Drano Lake, there's nobody there, and there's fish going in there because there's a hatchery 2 miles upstream. So also you saw, yeah, blew out the tire. I bought this a couple years ago, and I've kept the same old crappy tires. Who knows how old they are? When we pulled out of the boat, it was working, and I have no idea when it popped, but we didn't discover it till we got back into town, and it's like, oh, the wheels shredded. So I'm like, oh, we're only a mile away from the house, so we drove on over. So the good news is I got 2 new tires, and then the other one's a spare. The bad news is I'm probably going to have to recycle that one. So I hope you like the video and the information, and then we'll set off. And tomorrow it's going to be another long day. I'll be going to bed at like 8, and we'll head on down to Drano Lake, and we'll see what happens there. That's a zoo. I'm not looking forward to that, and it's supposed to be a little windy in the morning and calm down as the sun comes up, but we'll see. The windy app was wrong about everything today, and it'll be wrong about it tomorrow. So that's how it works. It's called fishing, not catching for a reason. And it's Lumpy with Fool's Paradise Fishing, and we'll see you on the river.